Good morning, people, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a simple look because you guys requested simple. And then I did a poll on my YouTube, not on my YouTube, I'm sorry, on my Instagram, where I asked you guys if you wanted simple matte or simple shimmer. You guys voted simple matte, so we are doing a simple matte look today. And this eyeshadow is probably going to be like 3 steps, and you'll probably need 3 brushes, but I'll show you guys once I jump into it. The next tutorial that you guys requested was a brow routine. I don't do too much to my brows, but I'll have that up probably sometime early next week. I'll record that this weekend and then put it up next week, maybe even Saturday. I don't know, depends on how y'all treat me. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this because it is super early and your girl is tired. So let's go. Okay, I'm starting out with the Makeup Revolution pencil. This is in the shade dark brown, and it's just a eyebrow pencil. I've gone back to like the really thin pencils because I just feel like they're able to map out my brows a lot better. And on top of that, your girl did buy the Fenty, so we will be going over the Fenty today. I'm super excited, but let's stay focused. Let's stay focused since I got a lot to do today. So just gonna go in and fill in my brows. You guys have seen me do this several times. Like I said, I'll try to do an actual brow tutorial. It's once you kind of get a hold of it, it's not that difficult to do. Literally, I used to try to fill in all of that, and that's why my pencils were breaking. No, you don't need to fill in all of that. Your actual hair will fill that in, unless you don't have hair there. Then if you don't have hair, just kind of use like hair strokes, which is just like little, you know, dabs. I'll show y'all here in a second. But yeah, just use a little bit of hair strokes and it's filled in. So this is it for the tail. Like, I don't go too much into that. Like, if I see anything that's like sparse, I'll kind of fill it in, but not too much. In the front, same thing, just kind of doing like little small hair strokes up there. And that's literally it. Okay, but like I said, I'll go into more of a detail. I have it zoomed in on my face in the next video. Alright, so this is the first test of the Fenty. This is in the shade 420. It's the concealer. And I'm just going to use this to clean up under my brows. I do like how smooth it is. It definitely is going on super smooth. And it feels like it'll be easier to blend out over my e.l.f. Like, e.l.f. is a good product, but you have to be careful with the e.l.f. because blending that sucker out is hard. Okay, so be careful with e.l.f. I like this Riri. It doesn't seem to be like too much, but it's also like not, I don't know how to explain it. It's not too drying, but it's also not like super oily. Like, it's just like the right amount to maneuver, which I love. I didn't line the top of my eyebrows because, like, I feel like once you kind of learn how to use your pencil, they kind of clean themselves up, so you don't need to do that. And besides, it was just an extra step that I don't have time for, so I'm not doing it. Alright, so the first step with any of your eyeshadows that you're going to be doing, you want to make sure that you are using a primer. Whatever primer you want, whether you feel comfortable with concealer or any other primer. I personally prefer the Anastasia Beverly Hills primer, and it's simply because I feel like this primer will brighten up any shadow that you actually have on your lid, and it also prevents it from creasing. So this is my favorite. I've tried the concealers before. I've done concealers, I've done other type of primers, the Urban Decay primers, all of that. I don't like those. The Anastasia has been the one that has been my favorite, and it lasts. It doesn't take like a lot to get it done. You know, you just need like very little, and it's buildable. So if you guys want to build this up to make your colors pop even more, this is how you do it. When y'all ask me how I get my colors popping, Anastasia, okay? Anastasia is the one. And I think I've had this one for at least a good 5-6 months, and it's still like a whole bunch in here, like shit ton in here. So to start, you want to start out with like a little round fluffy brush like this or whatever you have, and then you're just gonna take, you're gonna take a brown. I'm gonna use the Fenty because I bought it yesterday, and you can dupe anything for like your eyeshadows. Oh my goodness, you can dupe anything for like your eyeshadow. So if you want to use your bronzer for your eyeshadow, you are more than welcome to do so. Anything could be your eyeshadow and it'll be fine. So I'm going to use this. This is the Pro Filter Foundation in the shade 460. This is not my shade. It's actually going to be a shade that I'm going to use to contour today. But I'm also going to use this on my eyebrows. So you just want to kind of dip the brush in here, swirl it around real good, you know. And then just sweep this. And this is just moving back and forth. So the hand motion is just this. And this is why you need like a fluffy brush, because the fluffy brush would allow you to maneuver without any issues, okay? And you're just going to sweep that back and forth and build this up as much as you want, okay? Just a nice sweeping motion. And this will create also a nice transition for whatever color you want to do, although we won't be doing like a whole bunch of colors. Today, like I said, it's probably just going to be a 3-step shadow, and you guys are going to be good and on your way. But you always want to do a nice little transitions. And for me, especially on brown skin women, I just feel like browns, you cannot go wrong. You can't go wrong with any type of browns. And you just want to keep building this up. And as you guys can see, it will look better and better. So once you get this to a point, you're like, okay, I'm good. That's when you stop. So just keep working that back and forth. And I think we're good. Like that one looks good. Like that's enough brown for me, so we can go ahead and end it there. Okay, so for your next brush, you want something that's going to be a little bit smaller than the first brush. So this one was the first brush, and you want something with just a little bit smaller. The rounder the brush, I feel like the easier it is to blend. When it comes to doing eyeshadows, you definitely, if you're a beginner, I would totally say do any browns. Browns, you could never go wrong. Browns are universal. 3 palettes that I currently have that I absolutely love for beginner eyeshadow, if I'm on the go, super easy, are the Car Beauty. This is the 𝔼𝕃𝕚𝕚 palette. This one right here. And it is it Madame Moselle? No, it's 𝔼𝕃𝕚𝕚. Okay, I was like, but I love the browns in here. The browns, you just cannot go wrong. As a beginner, you just need your 3 browns and you're gonna be straight, okay? The other one is again from Car Beauty. The Car Beauty, this one is this Swedish Treat palette. Once again, you have your browns, but you also have a splash of color when you're ready to step out. You know what I'm saying? When you're ready to step out of your comfort zone, you got a splash of color there. And then Juvia's Place. This was actually the palette, the Warrior palette is the one that I used when I very first started doing my makeup. It's a great palette. It has all of your mattes, have all of your shimmers. What I'm going to show you guys today is going to be universal. You can use this with any color scheme that you want. I'm just going to do brown just to make it simple for the girls, but you can use whatever you want, okay? Just to create a little bit of depth, I'm going to use these browns right here, and I'm going to take that on that fluffy brush I showed you. Just kind of go back and forth in between them. It's just a tap in between, and then just kind of tapping your brush, okay? And then from there, you're just going to work this right here on the edge. That's it. Just keep working it until you get it built up the way that you need it to be, or however dark you want it. But this will create a little bit of depth, so that way when you go in with your matte shadow or your shimmer shadow, we're going to do matte today, but this technique will also work on shimmer. I'm telling y'all, it's super quick, super simple. When I'm in a rush, get in, get out, this is what I go to, okay? So y'all know I like a deep edge, so I'm going to build that up very good. In order for you to build your color, just keep dipping it back in there and working it in there, and the color will slowly but surely start to appear. As you guys can see, this one's a little bit darker than this one. Can y'all see? Y'all get the picture. And when I'm doing like the depth for my crease, I really don't like to pass like the arch of my brow. I just don't. I just like that outer corner to be a little bit lit, and we good. But that's it. That's it, okay? So that portion is done. Okay, so now we gonna fake a crease, okay? Because I know y'all beginners, y'all don't know how to get down like that. If you want to, you could stop here, but we about to go in. So I'm gonna take a matte, okay? Any matte of your choice. Today I'm gonna be using white just because I feel like it might just be easier, or not really white, but a cream. So I'm gonna be using this one. And I'm gonna take this and I'm going to just apply it. Oh, is that another one? I kind of like milkshake a little bit. My milkshake brings all of us today, yours, and they're like, it's better than yours. Okay, let's do this one. We're gonna do milkshake instead. This one right here, okay? But any color that you want, whether it be pink, whether it be brown, whatever color, you're just going to take any type of matte. You're going to need like a little fluffy brush like this. This fluffy brush has been coming in clutch. Okay, don't judge her. I cut my crease with this brush. Literally, I'll take the Anastasia Beverly Hills and cut my crease with this. I'll put on my shadows. I use this for my mattes. A lot of the times when I'm on the go for my shimmers, I'll just use my finger. But for mattes don't really take too well with your finger, okay? Don't really look too good. So anyway, let's go ahead and do this. So you're just gonna swirl. For a matte, especially if you're not going to be using anything to kind of grip it, which would be like a primer. If you're not going to be using a primer to grip this, you really need to make sure that your brush is saturated. So I just wipe in a circular motion until we get enough, right? And then from there, you're just going to stamp this right where you want it, okay? It's literally just pushing it into the lid, and I'm not doing anything but just outlining where my crease is, my eyelid, where I would normally do my crease. So I like to just kind of feel with the brush and kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, like, you know, where your lid would be, that's where you want to apply this, okay? And it's just a nice sweep back and forth, just patting, and this will help to saturate. Don't rub it like that, because then, especially, I don't know how to explain it. Don't rub it like that because the matte will not sit right, because you didn't put down anything for the matte to be gripped to, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. But you're just going to just pat this and build this up as much as you want, okay? Y'all know I never take my eyeshadow all the way out, so I'm not going to do it on this go round. Like, I don't pull all the way out here. I don't like that. But if you want to, you could, and just be done, okay? So this is like a fake cut crease, okay? Boom, look, we done cut our crease, and it's over and it's done with. And this could be for any color. It does not have to be for this. If you decided to do greens, like instead of starting out with the brown, if you want to start out with the green, then go into a darker green, then you go into a lighter green on your top. You could do whatever color scheme you works. This 3-step process is going to get you there, okay? Whatever you want to do, and then from there you can start branching out and doing other things. That's how I started, but I started out very light. This was my go-to process for the shimmers, and then once you get this down, honestly, you can do a cut crease, because the cut crease is the exact same thing. You're just pulling the primer to wherever you just pulled your shadow. That's literally all you're doing. It's not hard, y'all. It's not hard. And then you can start switching up your colors and adding colors and doing whatever you want, okay? Whatever. Once you get the basics down, you're gonna be good. Okay, so once you have that built up, you're gonna go back in. You're not gonna put any more product on your brush, but you're just going to sweep that and just make sure it's a nice little transition. You know what I'm saying? Just like a nice transition. That's it. And your eyeshadow is literally done. We done, y'all. We is done. You just want to make sure this is blended really good. That's bothering me. As my primer, I'm going in with my 𝔼𝕪𝕖𝕤. This is the Pure Canvas Primer. I love this primer. Hopefully it does wonders with my Fenty. But I like this primer because it dries me out, and that's what I need. I need to be dried out. People be wanting to get flued out. Nah, I just want to be dried out. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Okay, so I got the Fenty Pro Filter foundation, and this is in the shade 445. I think this is going to be my shade. This is the only one that they had with the olive undertone, and I'm olive. I wish they had more options for us, because I don't know why they feel like a lot of us are just red or golden. Like, no, some of us are olive. I mean, but we only get a couple shades. I don't know. But I'm gonna apply this. So far the match seems to be there. It seems to be a match. I matched myself online. The last couple times I've matched myself online, I feel like once you know your undertone, girl, life is going to change for you, okay? Because you're gonna be like, okay, I know what I need to get. I love the smell of her products. I don't know what that is, but I absolutely love them. They smell like heaven. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my concealer. This one is in the shade 420. And I'm just going to apply this under my eye. I will say that the feel of this is very matte. Like, girl, do you see how fast this can dry down? It done dry down super quick. They said, oh, you want to be matte, huh? We gotcha. Okay, you guys know I use my Black Radiance to contour. That's in the shade Espresso. So I'm just going in and blending that out. Okay, so now we're gonna blend out our shadow. That is one thing I will say about Riri stuff, is that it does have a smell to it. So if you guys are like sensitive to smell, then you may not want to get it. I personally like the smell of it. It doesn't bother me, but if you guys have a thing about smell, then I definitely wouldn't suggest getting this. But I likes it. I love the way this concealer just blended out. That concealer is bomb. Yeah, that's bomb. Like, that gave me a lot of coverage and it blended out effortlessly. Oh, I'm in love with the concealer. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Yup. Come on, Riri. The coverage on this is amazing. Like, I'm feeling this. Now to set everything, I'm going to be going in with the Rihanna Fenty Honey. I absolutely love this. I used it back in the day, so hopefully the formula has not changed. But this used to be my stuff, and I'm just going to set under my eyes, anywhere that I apply my highlight to. I can say that this concealer is not creasing at all, and I like that about it, because honey, some concealers will crease on you. I like this. I like the smell of her product. I can say that she gives you a lot in here, but y'all know back in the day, I didn't know what I was doing. So I was going through setting powder like crazy, because I was just putting it on just to put it on, you know. Like, I did not know that you didn't need that much, but I felt like that was the trend back in the day. Like, that had to be the trend. Everybody was putting on like a shit ton of setting powder. I don't know, or was it just me? I don't think it was just me, because I got it from somewhere. Somebody told me to do it. So yeah, so I told you guys I wanted to use the Fenty foundation in the shade 460 to contour, because what happens is with the bronzers and all of my contour shades for darker women, they normally put in red. Even Juvia's, I'll show you guys. Hold on. Oh, why they all feel like red will look good on us, I don't know. But even with the Juvia's, you have red undertones. Okay, here we go again. Red undertones. Not saying the product is bad, because I used it, of course. I hit pan, bitch. All I'm saying is I'm tired of looking red. I do not want to look red. As a brown skin woman, I just don't want to look red. So what I did was I used a foundation. I'm going to use this foundation. Hopefully this works to the way I think it's going to work. But it's somebody's foundation shade. It's in the shade 460. But I'm going to use this to contour, because it doesn't have that red undertone. Like, I just don't want to be red, honey. So I'm going to take it on my little brush here, and we're going to use this to set our contour. And we're going to just set it all in place, you know. I love this. Okay, this is so much better. Like, so much better. I don't feel red. I feel warm. Like, I feel like the sun is grasping my face. I like it. I like this so much better. No ma'am. So from now on, I'm gonna have to use foundation, like powdered foundation, in order to get the contour that I want. Because who wants to be uber red out here? Not me. Shit, I do not want that for my life. Okay, I have gotten the powder look that I want, so I'm excited. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna go in and we're gonna bake. Just gonna make sure we set all of that in place, but we're gonna bake to make sure everything is snatched, honey. I think this is gonna be a good setting spray for, a good setting powder for baking. I don't think we should have any problems with it, but we shall see. I like the way that it's set, so it should be fine as far as the baking. You know these cookies for the bacon. Okay, just gonna take it on the side of my nose and kind of just stamp outwards. I gotta move quick, because if I get any of this in my eye, I'm telling y'all, it is a wrap for this eyeshadow. Okay, let's add a little bit of blush. This is the OPV palette. Y'all know this is like one of my faves. And we're gonna start at the back and just apply going towards the front. Hopefully you guys can see. But just gave us a little bit of pink blush, bring some color back into our face. All right, y'all, I've been having a little bit of difficulty with these lashes, but that's okay. We're gonna make it work, okay? We don't have time today. And I'm gonna go in with my LA Girl. Y'all know this is my perfect nude for me. The liner is perfect nude for me, so that's what we're doing, okay? I'm gonna just line these lips up really good. I will never do color. Ever in the history of life will I ever do color on my lips. It's just not gonna happen. You know what, let me not say that, because I saw this girl wear this really pretty Juvia's Place red. I was thinking about doing it, but I don't know. I might not. I don't know yet. I like recording in the mornings because it's just so peaceful. My kids are asleep. I'm able to get into my zen. I'm able to relax. I'm able to talk to y'all. It just feels like really good, okay? It just does. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's in the shade Toffee, and I'm gonna just apply that. I'm rushing y'all because my eyes are starting to water at the top. It's the weirdest fucking thing. I don't know, but it's starting to water and I'm trying to hurry up and get finished. This is the 𝔼𝕪𝕖𝕤 I'm going in with. This is in the shade Lavish. It is their soft satin matte thing lipstick. Y'all know. But I just go in and I blend that out. And this is it. This is it, y'all. So this is the end of the look. Let's go ahead and blend this out. If you made it here, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Okay, got content dropping weekly now. Now that I have my little schedule set up of how often I want to drop content, like, I think it's gonna be better with like when I know I need to record versus when I can just kind of chill. Like on the weekends I'm gonna be chilling, but during the week I can record. I think now we got that little schedule set up. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. All right, so I'm gonna finish blending this out, and then I'm gonna come back and give you guys my finished thoughts, or my final thoughts. Lord have mercy, it is early. I'm gonna come back and give you guys my final thoughts on what I feel about the Fenty. Okay guys, so here we are. This is the finished product. So my final thoughts on the Fenty is I absolutely love it. It matched perfectly. The concealer was A1 since day one. The foundation, I like the finished product of it. At first I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like the finish, because I'm talking about it, like it matted down, honey, like matted to the matte. But now that it's finished and I can see the whole product in its entirety, I do like it. The setting powder is A1. It does kind of remind me of the 𝔼𝕪𝕖𝕤. It did blend out my nose contour, which has always been a problem area for me. So between this and the 𝔼𝕪𝕤, because it can blend out that contour and just make it look so effortlessly blended, I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna give the honey setting powder a 10 out of 10. I've always liked it, and the smell is impeccable. But like I said, if you have sensitive skin or you don't like to like smell your makeup, because even right now I can still smell it, then I would not recommend you guys purchasing the honey. Okay, none of her products, honestly, because they all have like a light scent to them. They don't stink. They smell really good. Like I like smelling my face. I think it's good. But that's just me. I'm a little weirdo. But yeah, so the concealer, I'm gonna give the concealer a 10 out of 10 because it just blends so well. Like in comparison to the e.l.f., like that concealer is amazing. Like I said, I don't even have any residue or anything under my brows like I normally do. Like normally you could still see like where it's not blended, but none of that. Like I absolutely love that concealer, and I got the shade 420. I don't know if I told you guys that, but in case I didn't, I got the shade 420. And then in the Fenty Beauty foundation, I got the shade 445 because I am an olive undertone. Know your undertone. When you know your undertone, you can pretty much match yourself online. Like I said, for the Fenty, the NARS, and the NYX, I matched myself online because I knew my undertone. And the best way for you to find out your undertone is definitely looking at your veins. The color of your veins will be spot on. Okay, so in certain parts of my body I can see my veins. Like sometimes I can see them in my shoulder and my wrist, and my veins are green. So I have a olive undertone. Do I feel like this is worth your money? Yes I do. And honestly, if I'm being perfectly honest here, ever since I used the NARS and then I tried to go back to the NYX, just seeing the difference in the makeup, like there's no way I could go back. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to spend the extra money in order to get quality products. Like now, after seeing my skin with the Fenty on camera, there's absolutely no way I can go back to using NYX. Like there's just no way. Even though I just got put on to the NYX and I like it, that might just be like I gotta make a little store run type thing. But as far as my day-to-day type of thing, no, I'm gonna have to use the expensive products like the 𝔼𝕪𝕖𝕤 too. The 𝔼𝕪𝕖𝕤 is amazing. I love that, but the Fenty is definitely top tier. Like they neck and neck at this point. I can't even say one is better than the other because they are literally neck and neck. I hope you guys were able to follow along with the eyeshadow because this is like the easiest eyeshadow I could do. Like we didn't even do anything. Like it's literally a 3-step process and you're done. So I hope you guys were able to follow along. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, make sure you give me a like and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. I love you. Bye.